Thank you very much, guys. My name is Paul, and I am the president of Nigerian Students Association here in Moldova, and I'm here to speak basically on what actually happened some couple of hours or minutes ago regarding the students that came here in alliance with this so-called man, Mr. Johnbull. I would like to illustrate and explain to you that everything that they did today is under pretense, and they already concluded in their mind on what to do. And everything I'm saying here is with proof and evidence and a vivid, clear notice to the general public of Moldova and the students of Nigeria. First and foremost, I'd like to illustrate and tell you that the guy and the girl in this conference, couple of hours or minutes ago, are his in-laws. First, and second, the other students that came here are actually being forced to the venue under the control of this so-called man. I, as the president of Nigerian Student Association, I actually stepped down due to these corrupt reasons and the use of overpower that this Mr. Johnbull has been using against all Nigerian students, which can testify to this. And for example, I have a clear evidence that shows when he was calling a Nigerian student in the hostel, asking him if he was in the building, asking him if he was alone, and telling him he wants him to do this, he wants him to do that, and he will be rewarded. And according to the law, since he's under investigation, he has no right to talk to any of these students. Because according to the school website, this so-called head of department, Mr. Johnbull, is under suspension. With a proof as well to show that. Thank you very much. Just hold on while I play you a video, a voice note of this man and one of the students trying to lure him into something.
Now, if we do more for you, I will still do more. You understand now? But this life, they help each other. What is life? When people they contempt, the man will no say nobody, they cannot. You get the right to stand for that person. But nobody can come here. I know the work right here. You hear me now? I don't know why I'm making it fear.
So this is actually a little evidence. We have more evidence to show and to tell the world that this man is actually doing this to the general public and the students of USPEE and AUM in general. And also, we have other proofs to show this, but I will let my other colleagues go ahead and tell the part of their story to this.
Good day, everyone. My name is Ezobi Miracle Chidebere. I am a student of AUM, American University of Moldova. First of all, I would like to reiterate the fact that we as the students, we have requested for a conference, which is an all-inclusive conference that involves all the students, where everybody can come and air out their view as regards to the ill practices and all the negative things that we have been, all the extensions that we have been part of that Mr. Johnbull has induced us into. We have requested for this press conference, which the university have given us a response to it. So I want to reiterate that the people that came here a few hours ago to attest for what they said, they are not representing the students of AUM. We are here to reiterate that the students of AUM have reached out to the university, and the university have agreed to a conference where everybody will be able to air out their view, because it is a democratic system. Everybody's voice have to be heard. Okay, and alongside that, out of the video, the people that came here to this media a few hours ago that aired their view, these students, one of them, it's just 1 month old in this country. The other one was 2 months old. So how can students that have been here for just 2 months have enough experience to counter what people that have been here for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years have experienced?
And in order to buttress him, the second student that came here, who is named Kelvin, also has a month stay here in Moldova for 4 months, and I'm not even sure that this sole student, except from the lady Promise, is the only one that has a resident permit yet. The other students are yet to get their resident permit, although they applied, but they are yet to get their resident permit with them right now, currently, and the world can investigate this.
Okay, so just to conclude on that, we do not have any quarrel or any personal issue with the university. Our main purpose, what we are crying out for, it's for the negative, it's for the inhumane activities that this man is putting us under. That is what we are crying out for, because he uses this university as his tool to extort, he uses this tool as to extort, to damage the impression, and to put us under, to threaten us. He uses this university as a tool to threaten us. That is why we are crying out for the authorities to hear our plea. Thank you.
Okay. My name is Peter Ebuka Ogwebu. I'm a student of AYUM, final year, business administration. So I'm also here to debunk the claims of the previous press conference and to verify the claim of my colleagues here. Okay, so, but my own point I want to buttress is the fact that there are some students of this school who have been wrongfully expelled for no just reason. And we are here demanding accountability, demanding that the school take action, demanding that the school give us some explanation as to why students such as Peter Ovenseli, Ezike Emeka Nathaniel, Akande Idris, Odobru Joseph, Osaze Richard were wrongfully expelled. These very said students, they have paid all their bills, they have been paying their bills, they comply with all the school rules and regulations. They attend class as requested. The school does not have any ground to nullify their contract and to cancel their permit. And this was even done without them being informed. And okay, even when they got to know, when they got an invitation from the immigration telling them that their contract is cancelled, they are expelled, and therefore they don't have a legal standing in Moldova anymore, they went to the school to demand an explanation, but the school never gave them a listening ear. The school rector, Professor Avonik, clearly told them they can go to court if they want, that he is the one that signed the expulsion. You cannot back out of a contract without a good reason. Now we are demanding that the school give an explanation why these students are expelled. Like my colleague here said, we are not against the school, we are not fighting this school. We spent our money, we take our time to come to this school to learn, and we have been following the school rules. If there is any evidence that we have been breaking the school rules and regulation, it should be brought forward and the normal legal process should be followed. So what we are telling the school is, we are your students and we have every right to be heard. So you need to explain to us what we did wrong, why you are fighting us, because we are a member of AYUM/USPEE. So we are legal in Moldova. Just not to say much, I would like to say again, the school need to explain why these students were expelled. And just to note, one of these said students, Peter Ovenseli, just traveled back home to Nigeria to bury his dad, and his permit was just illegally cancelled. I mean, how can someone do such a thing? Someone went home to bury his dad, and you went behind his back to cancel his contract without giving him any reason as to why. Now denying him the ability to come back to defend himself.
Complete his studies.
So these are some of the inhuman and injustices that we face as foreigners in this school, and we demand justice. Thank you.
Okay, good afternoon all. My name is Chikezie Ifnaya Chikezie. I'm also a student of the American University of Moldova, and just like my colleagues here has mentioned earlier, we have all been through hell. That's where I'm going to start. about, before I lay more emphasis on that, I will also say that the previous people that came here for a conference, we were told, we heard, we were not informed. I heard that there was supposed to be a conference yesterday, and funny enough, according to them, the conference was cancelled.
And they posted on the group website.
Right, and it was posted on the group where every student is a member of, right? And this conference was cancelled. According to them, lo and behold, the conference held. Now, what does that have to do with what I'm saying? It's very simple. They didn't come to speak for us. This is a propaganda.
Yeah.
And I am not going to sit down and watch things wash down the drain without speaking up. So, first of all, these students are not speaking for us. They are speaking for themselves, and they have the right to speak for themselves. That's basic. And secondly, Mr. Johnbull is a master manipulator.
100%.
I repeat, he is a master manipulator. So when you dine with the devil, you dine with him with a long fork. And that's exactly what most of us has been doing. But we are fed up. I am fed up. Regarding to the students that were expelled, it is quite unfortunate that in the 21st century, in a country that I believe vying to be a member of the European Union,
yes,
that this much corruption goes on in this country. I'm highly disappointed. Highly disappointed. Because there was no due process. These guys were extramatriculated, or whatever it is called. They were denied the freedom of expressing themselves. They were not given the opportunity to actually defend themselves. That is another point. And to follow that up, these students were also asked, just like my colleague said, they were asked to go to court. They went to the school, but they were asked to go to court. Now, I don't know in details where that information came from, whether it came from the top, but wherever it came from, we know it came from the school. They were asked to go to court. They went to court, and then Mr. Johnbull is trying everything possible to see that their images, their attitude, their characters are being dented in this country, which is not proper. We have right here by my right-hand side, president of the Students' Union. This man has been, he has been part and parcel of the whole process. He actually had to leave as a result of what? The corruption in the system. The structure is corrupt, and the corruption is led by the corrupt man himself, Mr. Johnbull. He is using each and every tool available to him to gain stuff, whether financially or otherwise. It is not a hidden fact. I am here to testify that. Anything I'm saying here today, I have proof. Any questions any of you have here, you can throw that to me. I have proofs. I am a victim. And I cannot sit down and watch this man ruin my life and the lives of these people. It's not going to happen. I have had enough. So for these students that came here to talk about the hostel, the renovations going on the hostel, let me shock you. Let me shock you. In my hostel, where we all live, we have been telling the school, or let's say Mr. Johnbull, because he's the representative of the school, we have told him about the problems we're facing, but lo and behold, nothing has been done. So I'm kind of surprised that some people were saying that they were doing renovations. And I think it will even be better if the media can come to this hostel where we live and see our living conditions, because it's a total mess. And we pay, hundreds of euros to live in these places.
This is the proof of payment.
We have proof of payments here. We pay a lot of money to live in that shithole.
And to add to what my colleague is saying, the renovations that just started, it's as a result of the media, of the press release, that these students who has been wrongly matriculated have gone to the media to shout out, to cry out. As a result of this is what pushed this said renovations that it's currently going on in that hostel.
And everything my colleague said, I will prove, and we can prove them to the world generally, because after the press release, the information about the student that were exmatriculated and wrongly extorted, it was the next day that this so-called Mr. Johnbull brought a repairman to the hostel to start fixing things. And till now, the living condition in which all the students, I mean all the good students who are not inside of this man, who have not been brainwashed by this man, can testify to, that they are living in a very bad condition. We share toilets, we share kitchen, and we don't even have heater to heat our room. They on it when they like. It is when they want, they on the heater. Sometimes some of us wear clothes, 2 clothes with jackets, just to feel warm in a house that we pay for.
I literally had to sleep last night with 3 clothes on, 1 t-shirt and 2 sweaters under my duvet. Still, I was feeling cold. Who lives in such conditions after paying 260 euros for a room? Where is it done?
And to add to what they said, to add to what my colleagues just said, I can remember when we moved into this new hostel, and they brought a bill.
Yes.
I can remember.
Yes.
Exactly, we pay.
And this bill was something that I believe, and I can say beyond every reasonable doubt, that none of us used the electricity, none of us used the water, but we were forced. I have audios. He threatened that if you don't pay, that he's going to do that or do the other one. He threatened people with deportation. He has threatened me with deportation on several occasions. And as I speak to you right now, I've seen people walk up to me, tell me they heard that I'm among the people that will be deported.
Even I as well, I can testify to that.
So this is something that is a systematic corruption. So Mr. Johnbull has built a system that he manipulates, a system that he controls, and as a matter of fact, Mr. Johnbull doesn't allow us to go to the school to complain about anything. Mr. Johnbull doesn't want you to get close to the management of the school. He said everything must pass through him.
Exactly.
Why is that? Because his ideas or his whatever he wants to put forward, he has to control it. He has to manage the information passing through the system. So this is how this man for many years has manipulated the students. And these boys that came here earlier, the students I mean, apart from the lady, Promise, I believe, which is the mistress. These other boys are not here. I'm not sure they have 3 months in Moldova. Many of them don't even have permits.
Yet, they don't.
Many of them spoke about things they know nothing about.
At all.
Many of them, I came here in June, ending of June of 2022. But if you ask me things that happened in 2021, I can't give you any valid response to
Because
that.
you were not
Because I
there.
know nothing about it.
Exactly.
But how can someone that came in February, you don't even have a damn permit, and you are here sitting down telling me about things that happened last year? He put these guys through these things. He promised them things. He has done that before. He is still doing it now.
And also, sorry, I also need to say something, because I also watched that conference. One of them, I believe his name is Kelvin or something, stated that he was being threatened. I hope he has evidence, because you come on press, you come on live on national TV to accuse someone with threatening your life. That is a big accusation, and yes, he must bring the evidence. He will be held accountable for his word.
Exactly.
He should not think he will go free after saying that. He will say those that threatened him, bring the evidence, and also those they said that we were being brainwashed and we are being told not to pay school fees.
Yes.
They will bring the evidence.
So
because there is no day, I have never been told by anybody any day not to pay my school fees or to pay any bill or to be promised a long stay in Moldova. Of course, as a student, what we are told is after our studies we go home. Being a third year student, I'm already preparing by the end of my studies, after my graduation, I will go home and then think of the next step for my life. So if somebody was promising me of 5 years visa or whatever, I wouldn't have been paying my bills. And of course, likewise, every other person who has been constant in paying their bills, paying all these hefty bills and yet living in a deplorable condition. And you think we are being brainwashed? So those people came here to lay false allegations, just to feel good or to counter whatever to counter the previous press release. But they don't have any evidence, and with time they are going to realize.
Doors, if there are any questions, we are ready to answer if there is any question.
Yeah, before the questions, please, there's one more thing I need to say. And this is about the lady that was at the press conference some hours ago. This lady said she's a student of this university.
Yes.
But I've never seen her spend a night in a hostel.
Yes.
She doesn't live in a hostel. I don't know where she lives. Right? I don't even know what she studies or what her department is. But if she claims to be a student and she doesn't live in the hostel, that means she's violating the laws of the school. Because the school states that we all have to live in the hostel, according to Mr. Johnbull. I'm just giving reference to his statement.
Yes. According to him, he said,
according to him,
all Nigerian students coming to this country cannot live outside the hostel.
That we cannot be trusted.
Because the government does not like us, the owner of the school
Yes.
does not like us. With proofs. We have
Yes.
proofs for everything we say here today. Voice records. We have everything. Every evidence against this so-called head of department, Mr. Johnbull. He promised a lot of people that when they come to this country, and these people are also here, he promised a lot of them that when they come to this country, they can make so amount. Fine. Let's even leave the amount out of the picture. But at the same time, some people came here not because they want to work. Some came here because of school. Some came here because of work. And these are the agreement that you made with these people. But at the end of the day, when they come, the whole picture is exchanged. What they see is different from what you promised them. What they are experiencing is different from what you said to them when they apply for this visa to come to this country.
Okay.
And to me, this is not right. I want the Moldovan government, I want all the higher authorities to investigate this and take legal action, because this is wrong. For a country that says they want to integrate and join the European Union, I feel this is very wrong for a black man from another country, because he has Moldovan passport, to tarnish the image of other peoples because of his own personal interest. Thank you very much.
he said he's a member of a mafia, that he has his gangs, but that's by the way.
If
And
anyone has
one more
any
thing about the
questions,
asylum, I heard something about them seeking asylum, something like that. How can someone want to seek asylum and they are paying their bills and they also have permit? How?
questions,
Because
please.
I think
If
this
anyone
is-
has any question.
My name is Adoboshone. The student who says she's the vice president of the students whatsoever that is called, is she staying in the hostel with other students?
Never.
The vice president.
No. She lives outside the hostel.
She's outside the hostel representing students who are living in the hostel. How is that possible?
And is it true that Mr. Johnbull asks the students, the female student who comes to the country out and try to
Yes, there's proof to that as well. We do.
100%.
There
We
are
have a
proofs.
proof to that. We have 2 living witnesses, 2, and we have 1 recorded voice. We have that. A very clear proof to that.
Okay, what is the condition of the hostel we are living?
For me, because you as well asked me this question as a student, I know you're a student, but good. But basically what I would say is that to me and to all of you here, I would like you to answer that question yourself, because basically I already expressed to the world. So I want the world to hear your voice, hear your cries about the living condition you are facing in the hostel in Voluntarilo 8/4. That is our address. Good.
Nothing to write home about.
Not even to talk about the environment, the community,
As a student, who is not meant to be depressed with his environment.
well.
We live in a cold building, we cannot study.
1 week no heater.
We bath with cold water, we cannot study.
And that is a very important fact I need to state. When I came to this country, I came to Moldova August 2021. I was supposed to start my schooling normally from year 1. That is what I applied for. But when I came, Mr. Johnbull told me, oh, I came late, that I have skipped year 1. How can I start school from my second year? and after 2 years I'm supposed to go back, and I paid for my year 1. I started my application November 2020, applying for the fall semester session of September 2021. Then we were forcefully made to overlook or to pay for year 1 that we didn't even attend. When I came to this, when my visa came out, by the way, in May 2021. So how is it possible I was admitted into a session that started way before I even know Moldova existed?
Exactly my point.
So this is a crime. It's extortion and it is fraud. So if the government and the school don't look into this, then it shows that maybe there is a problem somewhere.
Okay, to add to, there is something that they said, the group of people that came on the previous press, that they said as regards to the Nigerian Union in Moldova, that they have been meeting some students to advise them again about seeking for asylum and all of that. But with proofs that we are asking, if for them to come out on live TV to lay such accusations against an organization, hope they have the proofs to back this up. Now, let's look at it in a realistic view. I believe that most of the students here, they have permits. All of the students, they have permits. How would you advise someone who has permits, who identifies as a Nigerian, to seek for asylum except I don't know what asylum means? It means that you are not safe in your country, right? So you are seeking for refuge in another country, meaning you are not allowed to go back to your country.
Because of the
Is that not the idea, the definition of asylum?
Yes.
So I do not believe that a reasonable person that has the permit and has the privilege and the power and the tool to go back to his home country anytime he wants will choose not to go back.
People that have families.
People that have families that came here to study,
have businesses as well,
will choose not to go back to see their families just so that they can seek asylum. It does not make sense. So I believe that they have proofs, because if they don't have the proof, you cannot come on live TV to deform, because it's character deformation, right? You cannot come on live TV to say something against an organization when you don't have the proof. They say that this organization advised students, which I know, I'm a student of AWUM. None of those people in this organization has ever met me to advise me not to pay my school fees, to seek for asylum, to do any of the things that they said. So I believe that they have proofs as regards to this. Do you have a question?
Yes. I even heard a 13 student that if anybody should register.
Yes. That is very true. I am a witness. I was there, Mr. Johnbull, because I believe I am a Nigerian. So I have, that alone gives me the right to be in this said association, because I'm a Nigerian. Right? But he said, because, and I quote, these were his words, because he does not know the goals and the ideas of this organization, none of his students, because he calls it his students, none of his students are allowed to be a member of this organization. So he is indirectly deciding for us what we need to do and what we shouldn't do.
Who we should associate
who
with.
We should associate with and who we should not.
Another crime, you are infringing on our human rights, the right of association. Yes, me personally, since I have been here, I have been told not to associate with certain people who have never done me any wrong, who have never been found guilty of any crime in this country, and who are also from the same place as I am. For what reason? With a threat that if I do associate with them, I will be deported. It doesn't make sense. We have been living under fear for a long time, and now this is the time to speak up. This is the time for us to do the right thing, and we are calling on the government. We are calling on the proper authorities that they should look into this and do the right thing, because this is not going to just affect us in Nigeria. Today it is Nigerians in Moldova. Tomorrow it's going to be foreigners in Moldova. And if Moldovan government actually know that they are welcoming and open for foreigners to be in their country for tourism and for every other thing, then they should look into this and find the solution. Serve justice where it is needed, because if we are made to live in fear, what do you think people back home will think about Moldova? What image is he portraying about Moldova if he is maltreating the students who came here to study lawfully, who are here to help contribute to the educational community of Moldova? We are here to share our experiences, to make sure that we learn from Moldova and that Moldova learn from us. This is cultural integration, and he is against it. He is trying to turn us against the country that we came into, trying to turn us against each other. Even in the hostel, he will hold meeting every Sunday, turning us against each other, saying things that are not even meant to be said by someone who is a leader.
With proof.
We have some recordings. Once you speak up, once you don't like what he says, he will term you a braggot. He will term you that you are fighting him. He will term you his enemy, and automatically he will tell you publicly that you are in his blacklist and that he is going to do everything to destroy you.
Of course, that's his word.
He has been threatening students back to back. So that is why many of the students don't even have it. Many of the people that came here today to do that formal press conference, they came here out of fear. They were being cajoled. And if they should be allowed to speak their mind, you will see that what we are saying here is the truth. I hope that they will actually wake up, that their conscience will wake up, because this is a fight for the right, for justice.
And I had the female lady that came here to say that she's the vice president and said she's a student of this school. I had she's also his wife. Students allowed to get married to their head of department, and I don't understand.
For us, we don't know because we are confused as well. I have never heard of it that the head of department will actually be dating, or according to them, because he calls him his wife, or let's say his mistress. I don't feel that as old as he will be married or dating a young lady like that. But that is his choice.
He is also,
Yes.
sorry to add, he is also married here to a Moldovan
Yes.
with kids.
He has a Moldovan wife.
How can someone be married to a Moldovan and still be having a mistress who is a student, who claims to be a student? Now, I want to add buttress something that my colleague says as regards to Mr. Johnbull turning students against each other and turning people against each other. My colleague here, he is the president of the Nigerian Student Association. The reason why he was not in that previous press conference was because of the manipulation that Mr. Johnbull wanted to use him and the secretary against
the will of the student.
Against the will of the student and against a member of this said Nigerian Union Association.
And we have proofs as well.
So,
because I was in the office with him the first time this situation started grooming up, and he was forcing me to sign some documents in order to counter what these students have been saying. There was a time his wife came to the hostel, this so-called promise. She was recording my voice, and she didn't know that my friends actually told me to give her this information because we wanted to mislead her. And also, when I went to the school, they were also trying to record me, but they didn't know I was recording them as well. And they were forcing me to sign a document to send to different organizations just to prove that these students are bad students. But I refused that day. And I was like, please, I need to show this to my parents just for them to know what I'm about to face, because I don't know my fate in this country anymore. I was scared. I was being tortured. I was being told that if I don't do anything, they are going to kill me. I don't want to die. Whatever government, I want you to see this. If anything happens to me in this country, Mr. Johnbull, Promise Opomosa, Okoro Paul, and other students that came here are to be held responsible because they are planning to kill all the students. This is a threat to all the students. I'm saying this in general. I was
threatened as well, so it's not a fluke. It's not a joke. It's real.
They want to deport us. They want to send us back home after paying millions of naira. In euro, it is thousands of euros to come here. This is a painful thing. We are about to be done with our school, and they want to kill us. This is not good. Psychologically, I'm down. Please, the government should investigate this. They should take it with high respect because we are in fear. We are scared of what this man feels he can do because he claims that he controls the immigration. He is the boss of everything. Exactly. He is the mastermind. This country is a corrupt country. He can do anything that he likes and goes free with it. The students in the whole state can testify to this. Always threatening us with black magic. In Africa, because we have black magic, and you can use black magic against the student. Anything can happen. This is not good.
And also, I want due diligence done. If there are some officers in some offices like police or immigration who are working with this man illegally, they should be fished out. Because he threatening us means he has some people working with him underground. I may not have the evidence, but if the proper authorities should do proper investigation even within themselves. Fish out those who are going to undermine the good work of the good officers of the Republic of Moldova. Because I believe in the dream of this country. I believe in the work that Mayisandu is trying to do for this country. I believe in the EU integration of Moldova. But there are some entities that are fighting against that. I don't think Moldova should give them a place. I'm called on Moldovians and Moldova as a whole to take action. Fish out those bad eggs before they destroy your country. This is your country. And is our country as well, as long as we remain in it, because we love this place. We have been living here peacefully. I have Moldovan friends, even outside Chisinau, and every time they ask me, what brought you to Moldova? Why did you come to Moldova? I say, I love Moldova. It's a quiet place. I love the people. I like to experience new places. The culture, trying to even learn Romania, to learn the language. This is cultural integration. And we Nigerians, if you study Nigeria perfectly, you know that we are very good with going to other countries, trying to learn their way of life, trying to establish in different places. That is what we want to do in Moldova. We want Moldova to be a part of us. But someone else is trying to turn it against us, trying to frame accusations. It is high time something should be done before further damages be done. Thank you. Any other question?
Okay, if that will be all, thank you very much, and thank you all for having us.
Yeah, thank you.